Hello everybody, my name is aerosalikenvt. I'm a futuristic alien mechanic who specializes in horror, narrative-based games, and today I thought we had finished our older man streamer trifecta, and then I remembered Northernlion exists. We gotta add one more to the list. We have one more infinity stone of old man streamers to collect, and Northernlion is that infinity stone, the final piece, perhaps. I know that there are some suggestions of other streamers, but I think in terms of the big four, I would be doing a solid disservice if I left Northernlion out of this. So we are going to be watching Northernlion proving he's the most based streamer on Twitch for 30 minutes. Because so I was like scrolling through his channel trying to pick a video, and while I have no doubt that like his regular content is obviously like fantastic, I kind of wanted to just see some highlights and kind of get a feel for who he is. I've seen one or two clips of him. One was, I haven't been able to find it, but it was a TikTok of him playing the Sisyphus game where he's rolling the ball up the hill, and he was talking about like how like it was like a privilege to be able to do this, and like failing is a privilege, and I don't know, something about it I was like, damn, okay. It was very inspiring. I thought it was fantastic. I figured we could do like a best of highlights reel, and then maybe that'll help me narrow down what kind of content of his that I want to react to in the future. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed Joel and Vinny and Germa. I have gotten so many recommendations for content for each of them to check out. A bunch of people on the Joel video were like, listen to the Ghostbusters album, or watch his like Windows Destroyer series, which I do plan on doing. That one I'm absolutely gonna do. So I'm very excited. We also have some new content coming that I'm very excited about, especially something coming out this weekend that I know I talked about it in the last video, but I think a bunch of people are, I don't think you'll be surprised, just given the fact that I don't know a lot about content creators and I'm kind of rediscovering, but I think one of them you guys are going to be like, there's no way you haven't heard of this. And the answer is I hadn't. Like I have, now that I know of them, I know like things about them. I had never watched a single one of them before. So I'm very excited to discover those. I'm very excited to get into this video. As always, thank you so much. We are officially, I believe, at the current moment at 20 members, which is insane. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for supporting. If you would like to become a member on YouTube, you get early access to videos, you get member-only videos. We'll be doing member-only live streams as soon as I can figure out times and days that work for people. You get member-only posts and polls that help me pick out which videos we're going to react to in the next coming week. A bunch of other stuff that I'm going to try and figure out for you guys as well. You get a bunch of content, and you also support and help me do what I like doing, which is hanging out with you guys and making content and learning more about the internet. You don't have to do it though. Just again, I know I say it every video, but it's true. Just spending time with me, commenting and liking the videos that I make, it feels nice, and I'm enjoying hearing from you guys. Thank you for calling out how many times I say that's crazy in a video. I love all the things that you guys pick up on. I love hearing your guys' reactions to the videos, and knowing that I'm watching content that you guys resonate with, because now it's resonating with me and we're all resonating together in a big resonant orgy. And what more could you ask for from strangers on the internet? So without further ado, I think it's time for us to get into Northernlion proving that he is the most based streamer on Twitch. I'm gonna put my tentacles away. I am covering his face. I'm just gonna sit over here because he kind of alternates between the left side of the screen and the right side of the screen, and I'm not gonna go back and forth trying to fix my tentacles. So if I block him, I apologize.
Never eat at California Pizza Kitchen, so I don't know. Should they be developing the AI? I order you to log off right now. Just get a life. I said every day that it doesn't rain, which was like the whole summer, I take the baby for like a 90-minute walk.
Oh, that's right, he's
get
a
some
dad.
Groceries, you know, get some like fresh fruit and stuff like that, get some sun.
He's a real adult.
And that's instrumental in me not ending up on live stream fails every single day for telling like some 12-year-old in my chat to like eat shit. If it weren't for that walk, that would be like, it would be like, oh, another day, another instance of NL cyberbullying. MFs will really be like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to use your pronouns. It's just too much to remember. By the way, can I have a foot-long cold cut combo on Italian herbs and cheese with lettuce, spinach, tomatoes, red onions, cucumbers, pickles, black olives, hot peppers, and just one line of mayo, please? Okay, this is... Honestly, like, okay.
Okay, that's so true, though. Oh my god. As is tradition, we're a minute and 11 seconds into the video. That's so true. For those of you who don't know, I don't identify as a woman. I am gender queer. I'm gender fluid. I use any and all pronouns: she, them, titties, he, him, hill, or he, him, holes, them, their hills. I can be yours for the right price. So I identify as trans and queer. I don't mind she, her pronouns, and obviously I'm femme presenting, but, you know, I go by any pronouns. And I did go by he, him for a very long time. And this was like a thing that I came across constantly. Like, even with like family members being like, oh, this is too much to remember or whatever. And it's like, motherfucker, when you go to Starbucks, you're ordering like a double like chocolatey chip frappuccino with heavy cream and like light ice and a sprinkle of cinnamon and hold the espresso, but also add a blonde roast espresso. Like, you are saying the craziest stuff to remember, and yet you can't remember that I use he, him pronouns. What are you, fucking stupid? Like, it's just... So already, I knew I was gonna like Northernlion. I'm already getting the sense that, like, this is just a dude, right? Like, this is just a smart adult. Also, if you hear this sound, I'm playing with my hair clip. I put my hair down because it was hurting my head, so I'm fiddling with it now. I'm constantly playing with things while I'm watching these videos, and sometimes it's like nail clippers or tweezers, but today it's a hair clip. But I am already learning that he is just a very adult human being with like a very good head on his shoulders. That's my prediction for who this man is so far.
Seem like a baby here, okay? You'll achieve all your goals, but sometimes you'll feel sad at parties. That's called being a success.
Yeah.
Sag. I achieved everything I wanted in life, but sometimes I get melancholy at parties. Get over you, baby. People got real problems. Push the button. It's just crazy.
It's so funny.
You don't even need a loophole there. You're a success. You achieved all of your goals. But sometimes I get a little sad.
But sometimes I'm sad.
I got a promotion at work, but it didn't make me happy literally every second of every day. I think that to get your learner's permit, they make the written test too hard. They should make the driving test harder.
I agree.
The written test, nobody, you get on the road. I've been driving for like, I don't know, 18 years at this point. I don't know what at least 50% of the signs mean. You don't need to know what it is in order to get yourself around from point A to point B. No, but I mean, like, so to pass your written test in Ontario, at least, you need to get like 36 out of 40 questions right. And some of them are like, there's a child in the road. What should you do? Hit the gas or hit the brake? But then some of them are like, look at this sign, and it's like a triangle with like a red border, and then there's like a squiggle inside.
I like his shirts.
And you're like, what does this mean? And it's like, is that yield? Is that falling rocks? Is that deer crossing? Or is this, there may be a hidden intersection so cars could approach you from the right at 35 degrees. And you don't need to know that. Just don't hit other people or things with your car, idiot. If the Canucks were playing in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and my wife had appendicitis, and I had to do a round-trip drive to the hospital and pick between that or the game, I would go to the hospital because I'm not a fucking idiot. And it's just sports. In some ways, George R.R. Martin and I work in the same industry, and I would say that definitely the more you do, the more people complain.
That's true.
When I'm working really hard, people complain to me constantly. I did like almost no work this weekend as I tried to recuperate a little bit. You know what the big controversy was on my subreddit? Somebody called ContraPoints a bad YouTuber. First off, imagine it being like a Sunday on a long weekend, and that's how you choose to spend your time to begin with, is getting involved with this argument. I was just blessed that I had like some form of gastroenteritis where I literally could not will myself to care.
That's crazy.
It's a different YouTubers subreddit. somebody posted like NL so based, he follows ContraPoints because we played Among Us together in an event like 3 years ago. It kicks off a huge argument. Like, I mean, forgive me for saying like the classic, you know, third grade playgrounds comeback, but like, just get a life. Come on,
So
you gotta have more
true.
important shit going on than that. That's not worth your time. You got such a limited amount of time on planet Earth. Go, like, spend it with people you care about. That's just such a strange place to be. This is a plan.
This is something that I find in the VTubing community a lot. And if you're in the VTubing community, you probably know what I'm going to talk about. And I suspect this is also like in like the regular, you know, fleshy content creator sphere as well. But people, especially like on Twitter or whatever, people will like get mad at you for following certain people when like controversies happen or somebody gets canceled or whatever. They'll like go through and see who's following that person still and be like, oh, well, this person, you know, is still following so and so, which must mean that they condone like their behavior and they're best friends. And it's like, my brother in Christ, like, you do realize that like people may not have notification tweets on at all points and maybe just have missed this because they're fucking living life and missed that shit. Not to say that some stuff doesn't matter. Like, of course, like, actual endorsements of, like, bad people or bad actions or whatever, like, need to be taken seriously. But at some point, if you're spending your time on a Sunday night sitting on Twitter, sitting on Reddit, whatever the fuck, and you're deciding to spend that time focusing on other people and like what you think they've done wrong and feeling morally superior and commenting shit, get a life. Learn how to garden. Start an indoor garden in your kitchen. Learn to embroider. Embroidering is a very fun hobby. It's very nice. You'll learn how to fix your pants if your pants tear or your shirt tears. You can fix buttons, you know, like he said in the beginning of the video, go for a walk. I'm fucking with this guy hardcore. I like this guy.
And channel points economy, it is not a free market. I know there's some streamers out there, hey, if you redeem 100,000 channel points, I'll fart in the mic and tell you I love you. That's not me. I'll do it for free because I respect you.
Incredible.
My like East Coast temperatures is not gonna get that cold. Like, I think the coldest is gonna get is like -11 Celsius or something like that. But it's the same thing. You always gotta say it.
Units?
Like, if it doesn't get to that temperature, then like you don't even know what the hell is like when it gets to that temperature here. That's all I'm saying. Like, we're getting -11 is nothing for the East Coast. So true, so true. Hey, oh my God, was anybody at the 1.8 Richter scale
degrees,
earthquake in Garden City, New Jersey? Holy shit, the glass of water on my desk went like, I thought I was gonna die. It was insane. Oh my God, but people in the rest of the world are such babies about weather events. Holy shit. Oh my God. I was like, whoa, I thought I felt something. And then I checked the news and I did feel something. It's like I wasn't actually like physically jostled, but I was
Yes.
like, equilibrium's kind of like a little, what the fuck?
Oh
I
my
survived.
God. Sorry, I have an eyelash in my eye.
Oh my God. Shut the frick up. Pay out the
so
believers.
funny.
Thoughts on the Mario movie trailer? I think the world is a little too full of thoughts for the Mario movie trailer right now. I think we need to relax on our thoughts for the Mario movie trailer. You know what? No, I've decided I am going to give you my hot take. My hot take is that Chris Pratt's voice is not very good. But my second hot take is that a 2-hour-long movie where the main character goes, wahoo, yippee, okie dokie, oh, a magic mushroom, would be like insanely irritating. It is, I mean, I get it. It's Mario, like it appeals to people that are like my age and older and also kids. But it is very funny to me to hear so much like discourse from people who have actual like master's degrees on an Illumination Studios movie. People would be like, I would never go see a Despicable Me or Minions movie in theater. I think that it's eroding the public consciousness and intelligence of America. Mario movie? Okay, here's tweet 1 of 40. I mean, I've never told the story before, but to get my associate's degree, I had to take a course on project management. But it was way less on project management and way more like without, because like, look, programming's come a long way. It's not just for the you know, the super nerds, I'm sorry to say it, like there's like cool programmers now, right? There's normal programmers, there's insane programmers, they run the gamut. But definitely there were still students like in my class where like you realize that the whole point of the class was like how to talk with non-programmers without getting fucking fired every time you have a
he's
meeting.
speedrunning. Sorry, I just realized he was using
say, like,
live split.
Shit that was like ignorant to the real world. It would be like, if you ever have a disagreement with somebody who works in sales, how would you approach that? And then people would legitimately be like, well, I would mention that I wrote the code, so like their opinion is secondary to mine in this situation. And you're like, brother, you can think it, but you can't be saying that. Like, you gotta be like, well, that's true. If I thought about it, that's one way to think about it. But personally, I think another avenue we could take is this. You gotta lie, basically. You can't just tell the truth all the time. You're gonna get in trouble. It makes you think who the real weirdo is. No, it doesn't, because the salespeople are lying to you every day as well if you're talking to them like that. They're like, oh, how was your weekend? I hope you had a great time. In their head, they're like, I hate this fucker. I wish he didn't work here. He's so weird. Everybody lies to everybody. That's like the spirit of life. You think you're the only one who's stopping yourself from telling the truth? Everybody is stopping themselves from telling the truth to everybody about a variety of things on a daily basis. That's not even cynical. I'm a believer that the lies are like, is good. If you told the truth, if everybody told the truth 100% of the time, the world would be fucked up, man. There would be fights 24/7 about the dumbest shit of all time. That's why they have the expression, it's not worth it. Because like the vast majority of things in life that you deal with, at least on a daily basis, maybe not on Twitter, but on a daily basis, are not worth disagreeing about. You know, somebody says like, I like this movie, you just go, yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe you're like, it's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life, but you don't want to like, you know, why damage your relationship and start just a fun confrontation for nothing? That's why you only tell the truth to your friends, and it's considered banter. This is the perfect encapsulation of liberalism. You are too fucking online. I order you to log off right now. You have used up 24 hours of internet in the last 30 seconds. You gotta go. I'm sorry. You gotta go. It's for your own good. It's for my good too, but it's for your own good. Not every conversation needs to loop back around to like, here's why Bernie should have beat Hillary, okay? I don't even live in your damn country. You can be the...
He's so... Oh my god, I love him. Because that's so true. First of all, the first part, like, so many people, and I'm saying this as somebody who grew up as an undiagnosed autistic woman. I didn't get diagnosed with autism until I was like 26 years old, and I spent a lot of my life not... like, especially, like, my younger life. But once I hit, like, you know, I would say, like, maybe, like, 12, and then, like, my teenage years, really just not understanding how humans worked socially at all. To the point where, like, I was worried that I was, like, a psychopath, because I got really into true crime when I was younger, like 12, 13. And I learned that serial killers researched how to, like, act like normal people. And that's how they were able to, like, integrate into society, was by mimicking normal, quote unquote, normal people. And I got scared because that's what I had been doing as like a child, was like reading psychology books and like researching like how to make friends, how to get people to like you, how to like get people to listen to you, how to communicate, like, because I didn't inherent, like, I was observing the patterns around me, right? I was observing my classmates making relationships and connections and doing things that I just didn't understand. I felt like a fucking alien. And so I did research to learn how to like act like a normal person. And for the longest time, I was convinced that I was going to grow up to be like a fucking psychopath, because I was like, oh shit, that's what I'm doing. Turns out I was just autistic. But the thing is in doing that, like, I think most people need to learn, like, what I learned is that communication does not come naturally to anybody. Communication is a learned skill. Public speaking is a learned skill. And you really can see that with some content creators. It is why some content creators will never be successful. It's why they will fail every time. And it's why artists fail at running businesses, because there is no business sense and there is no interpersonal communication skills whatsoever. There's no emotional intelligence skills whatsoever. You don't know how to talk to people in a manner with which that furthers both of your goals. And he is absolutely on the nose, right? I personally, as somebody who's autistic, I see the lies all the time. If you go to the grocery store, I'm sorry, I'm going on a long tangent, but I have a feeling that he's gonna do this to me. If you go to the grocery store, I learned this a little bit too late in life probably, but if you go to the grocery store and the clerk checking you out, if they ask you how your day is, they're not actually asking how your day is because they care about your response. What we're doing in that scenario is we're performing a social script, right? They ask how your day is going. You say, "Oh, it's great. How's your day?" They say, "Oh, it's going great." And then that's the end of the discussion, right? I learned that because I didn't know that, and I would just, if I was having a bad day, I'd be like, "Dude, not gonna lie to you, pretty fucking depressed today." And you could see that I had violated the unspoken social contract and that the script had been cut with scissors and they had no idea how to respond to me. And I do that still sometimes, because I think at the end of the day, sometimes not participating in that social script allows for really interesting interactions, and it also allows that person a moment of vulnerability and like letting them know, like, hey, if you also really fucking hate this like social script that we're doing, I'm giving you permission in this interaction to just be honest. Not everybody wants that though, and part of growing up is especially if you're not neurotypical is learning when to do that and when to not do it. Like, if you can clearly tell that your clerk is having a bad day, or if they're fucking tired and they don't give a fuck that they're there and they just want to do their job, just just lie. They say, "Hey, how's your day going?" You're having the best day ever. Just say, "It's going great, dude. How's your day?" And they're gonna lie and they're gonna say, "My day is fine, thank you, sir." And you're just gonna go about your day, because like he's saying, it's not fucking worth it. It's not worth being like, "Oh, my fucking mom died today." I don't condone big lying, but I do think that there are social situations where like that's necessary. I totally agree with him. Sorry, this is a long rant. I have an eyelash stuck in my eye still.
Main hero in any video game you choose, but you can never leave that game. Feel like, as always, this is a very classic question in Would You Rather, which is like, life in the suburban Midwest is no fun. Would you be in an anime if everybody in that anime loved you forever? I would, honestly, I'm content with my real life right now. I will not push the button. But who else thought, does Sword Art Online count? I think everybody's been saying it. 55% of people said push the button. Absolutely. The disconnect between you and your audience is concerning. I know, that's why I keep telling people to go the fuck outside. Motherfuckers.
He has a life.
Oh, you don't know everything that's wrong with like this restaurant chain that's been defunct since the 80s? I would never eat at California Pizza Kitchen. The CEO is an anti-Semite. And I'm like, "What's the weather today?" And they're like, "I don't know. I haven't looked out my window yet." You gotta get your priorities in line, man. Parasite's definitely higher. Funny. Joker,
lower.
We don't need to talk about it, but
what?
It's 0.1 lower than Parasite.
There's no fucking way.
You gotta make Todd Phillips work a little harder for his salary. It's 0.1 off of Parasite.
There's no way.
Is it 8 point, and it's a full 1.0 above Uncut Gems.
There's no shot. Who let people vote for that?
Okay, this is tough.
If you develop your AI further, many will lose their jobs. Taxi drivers, delivery men and women, and couriers
just flip it
will
upside
be
down?
extinct within a few years, but you will make a lot of money. Do you? Development.
Here's the thing. This is like, I need more time. People are always talking about like how much better society is getting over time. I think that's true. I would rather live in 2022 than like the 1300s. But at the same time, if my life in 2022 got fucked up really bad and ruined so that somebody in 2400 could have a better life but not appreciate it, I kind of say fuck that. I'm kind of like, I want to have the best life possible, which probably means that I would rather be employed. Okay, well, you know what? You're hitting me with some doki right here. But I kind of stand by that to some extent, right? Like, I don't believe in the idea that, like, some people that don't know that much about history are, like, people actually have like a worse quality of life now than they did when they were like medieval peasants, because when they were medieval peasants, like there was only 4 seasons where they did farm work, and then the rest of the time they were like enjoying life and having like, you know, the religious observances and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, and to wash like a single pair of underwear that you sewed yourself across like, you know, 200 hours to get a pair of breeches, you got to walk down to the river and like bash it with a stick and like hit it with rocks and stuff like that, and we just toss it in the Maytag and it's good in like 45 minutes, right? But that being said, I'm like, we've invented, as a society, we've increased our production so much, even especially like within the last 21st century, right? Or the 20th century, I should say, because the 21st is still going. But it's like, has that actually raised what people would describe as their own quality of life? And if not, is that a problem with the way that the yield is being organized, or is it a problem with mankind's actual like brain that's like, we can't appreciate something because we get used to
exactly.
We need so many less farmers to produce the same quantity of food due to innovations in pesticides and agriculture, organic farming techniques, easier to get it to grocery stores via better distribution channels. There's less spoilage on the way, blah, blah, blah. But like, people are still hungry. How does that happen? And why am I still paying $3 for an avocado? It doesn't make any sense to me. So
Capitalism.
Should they be developing the AI that's going to make society better, but the benefit is largely centered and concentrated in a disproportionate amount of the population, whereas everybody else pays the price for it overall? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. All I know is whenever anybody that's like 25 years old complains about the world, they get 55-year-old boomers with Oakley sunglasses, and their profile photo is like selfies in their truck that are like, all of your concerns about the world are invalid because I grew up with a rock and a stick and you grew up with a cell phone. Who gives a shit, man?
Exactly.
It's just
I
a phone.
love this
Get
guy.
It's not that big of a deal. Opinion invalidated because you got your first phone when you were 16 and I didn't get a phone until I was 35. People, they don't want phones, man. They want like a house.
I love him.
Sure,
Or
right?
6
When they're
feet
standing in the middle of the
under.
road, when they're standing in the middle of the road, moving slowly, they're bots, right?
If you shoot at them and they stop moving, usually that's going to be a bot.
I just
Right.
have to do that.
Or alternatively, it might be a Reddit moderator. Just kidding. We love the mods here. We love the mods here. Crazy how we have so many viewers even when the Overwatch 2 drop is going on. I am a little mad at you guys, just so you know, because like for like 5 years we've all been like Overwatch lull, Overwatch lull, 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 dead game, lull, lull. Now Overwatch 2 is out, or it's in beta, and people are like, who up watching their Overwatch 2? You gonna play some Overwatch 2 this week? I already played Overwatch 2. It's called Overwatch 1. I played it in 2017 when it came out. I named it my game of the year because I had a great time playing it until people got really good at it.
Incredible.
It's the classic genre of would you rather question. You could live anywhere in the world you want, but your hometown would be destroyed. Okay,
Who gives a
I
fuck?
could get a plane ticket,
Sorry.
but 150,000 people would be wiped out, and at the very least economically devastated as they lost their homes and their history. I would choose not to hit the button.
Yeah, of course.
But you could live in Paris. You could live in, if you push
I
the
could
button,
just
you
buy
could live
that
in
plane ticket
Tokyo.
anyways.
You could live in Tokyo, man. I will not push the button. Okay. 49% of people push the button. That's scary.
Crazy.
There's so many edgelords. The top comment here says no downside. Oh, somebody was mean to me in high school. Ergo, I hope like thousands of people will get wiped out so that I can live, in a place where I can wear yukata. Okay, weirdo. That comment is from over a decade ago. Joe, I hope you've gotten your head straight, okay? This is probably insulting to Jeep owners, so I apologize. I know. Here's everything I know about Jeep owners. When you see other Jeep owners, you go like this.
You can't see what he's doing.
Your
He's doing the
headlights
peace
are
sign.
way too fucking bright. but you don't notice because you're doing this all day. You're always looking, instead of looking at the headlights of the other Jeeps, you're going like this all day. You're looking in the driver's seat instead. Anyway,
I'm sorry, I'm
I thought
blocking
you
him like for
should
half
race
of this
some reason.
video.
I don't know why. I did see. I don't even want to talk about it, but I was so flabbergasted that I sent a screenshot of the tweet to Corey. When the image was like, I just got this Japanese A5 Wagyu steak. How should I cook it? And then Jordan Peterson replied, first freeze it, then air fry it at 450 degrees, drain off all the fat, and then add like plenty of water and salt for the au jus. I was like, what are you... This dude's taking like a $300 steak and cooking it in the fucking air fryer? What are you talking about? It's like if you're a steak guy, you need to at least have the good sense to be like I don't mean a guy that likes steak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The kind that's like, they'll never take my gas stove. Yeah, come and get my gas stove. I dare the government to try to take. Like, if you're one of those guys, you at least gotta know how to cook your steak well. You can't be like a pretend steak guy. That's just crazy. I just couldn't believe it. Like, wasn't this guy on like an all beef diet? He's air frying his steaks. It's just not
disgusting.
Like everybody knows if you got the devices, you sous vide them and then you reverse sear them and maybe you finish them in the oven or something like that. You don't throw
I personally like finishing them in the oven.
Beef into the air fryer. It's just crazy. I mean, the air fryer at the end of the day is just like an oven. It's not as bad as like microwaving a piece of meat to completion, but it's sort of like I'm flabbergasted, I guess.
What is this game he's
I thought
playing?
all steak
Germa
guys
played
would
it.
say the same thing. They would be like, "Oh yeah, you got to reverse sear it and then cook it really hot in a cast iron on the gas stove." I mean, I did see a bunch of people in the comments that were like, "Wrong, dude. The only way to cook this, first I would chop down a tree in my acreage, preferably hickory, and then I would build my own fire and I would cook the steak over that. That's the only way to do it." And I'm like, she's not coming back, brother. No matter how many hickory campfires you make for your Japanese A5 Wagyu steak, she's not. I'm sorry, but we gotta. That's the starting point for our conversation, and then we're gonna work through it together, okay? I like the culture on both Twitch and YouTube. I've seen the kind of stuff you guys like retweet. He said piss. Ooh, I'm offended. No, you're not. I've seen the kind of horned up Yoshi like twerking on Bowser's phallus kind of stuff that you guys tweet all the time. Hey, this person with a really interesting avatar just clicked the like button on my tweet. Let's see what they're up to. Oh, programming student at University of Connecticut, huh? Tweet number 2, just Yoshi, for some reason with a gaping aperture getting filled by like Birdo or something like that. And I'm like, bro, this is... Put that stuff on your LinkedIn, man. Twitter's for business.
Put it on your LinkedIn. That's so funny. Okay, I will just say, this is why I don't retweet shit on my VTuber account. On my like main VTuber Twitter. I don't retweet shit. Like, if you've been in my streams the last couple days, I've been talking a lot about the Love and Deep Space, Infold, Paper Games bullshit that's going on, and I have a lot of opinions about it, and a bunch of people are like calling on you to like tweet and retweet and repost and fucking write letters to the government and shit, and like I am very passionate about what's happening and I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about it. You will not catch me doing that on my Twitter, on my VTubing Twitter. It's that same thing of like, don't say... I just realized that I'm assuming that Northernlion's name on this game is Heisenberg, which unfortunately is very funny. But it's the same kind of thing of like, don't say something about somebody that you wouldn't say to their face. Don't tweet something that you wouldn't want like your favorite person in the world to see you tweeting, right? Like, to be clear, I have no shame. I'm not ashamed of any of the things that I like or, you know, that I believe in or that I would tweet about potentially. However, my VTuber account is my professional account. Anything that goes on there, I am telling sponsors and other content creators and other people that I might work with professionally that I am okay with them seeing this. And I was a sex worker for 10 years. I'm not ashamed of that either. I'll post stuff sometimes. I don't really do it anymore just because I'm honestly too busy. But at the same time, I'm not gonna like repost a bunch of art or a bunch of stuff about love and deep space or even like stuff about video games. Like I might reply to something, but like why would I oversaturate my profile with that kind of shit? And a part of it is motivated by my genuine fear that like Nick Apostolides or I don't know, like Jimmy Yamaguchi liked one of my tweets that I replied to earlier, and it scared the absolute shit out of me to be perceived by somebody that I admire in the voice acting sphere. And I was like, this is why I don't post my titties anymore. Not because I'm ashamed of them. I think they're great. But because fuck forbid, Nick Apostolides, the voice of Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 9, sees one of my tweets or sees one of my replies and goes to my profile, and that's the first fucking thing he sees. That is the kind of shit that would keep me up at night. Not because I'm ashamed, but simply because I don't want that to be my first impression. I could make such a worse and also better first impression. You know what I mean? He's absolutely right. The idea of Northernlion clicking on my profile and potentially seeing something like that, terrifying. Terrifies me to no end and keeps me from doing that kind of stuff.
Deal. I may answer your question, thoughts on gambling, but before I answer your question, thoughts on gambling, that you've typed in chat, I don't know, maybe 17 times in the last 2 minutes, I need to know why you're so interested in my thoughts on gambling, and if it's because of the fact that Asmongold tweeted something about how gambling streams shouldn't be enabled on Twitch, and thus is part of the ongoing circle of Twitch drama, where people don't actually watch streams for entertainment, but exclusively watch to hear what like other people are saying about other people, then I neglect to answer your question and encourage you to get a real hobby. But yeah, I don't think, I mean, this is just a minor little conflict, man. This is not that big of a deal. Let's go see what the most insane people on the internet think about it.
Okay.
I personally am predicting that there will be some kind of a comment from someone that's about 16 years old that will be like, if she's like this about a blender, imagine what she's going to be like when you have children. Do you really want that in your future? Someone who doesn't respect you at all? Everybody sucks here. Hope you realize the fight's much bigger than just about the blender. She feels like she doesn't have any power. I suggest you find a good marriage counselor and do not have kids until you figure out if you can resolve this. Okay. Look. That's not quite the exact comment I said, but if you've ever had a spat with your spouse over something as small as a blender, do not have kids. I recently got Dose 1. Does Dose 2 hit harder? I would describe it as a mild reaction to Dose 1, where I felt like a little simulated sickness. For Dose 2,
must be COVID.
I had shivers for like an hour, and then I was like back on top. Did you get the battle pass so you can get Dose 3 for free? Man, honestly, like, it sucks if you gotta get boosters, but I'm also like, just dose me up, man. I don't care. The only thing if you gotta give me a booster, I know this is not how microbiology works, but like, what if you just gave me like 10 shots in a single day? Like,
I
what if
wish,
I could just
dude.
stack them up? I did see someone say, "Are you still gonna mask in public?" And I think like my honest answer, and this is not just me trying to be based, but I'm like, it's so easy.
It is.
That I'm like, why not? You know, do my part for the under 16s that can't get vaccinated, like immunocompromised people that can't get the vaccine. Like, it's literally like, it's so easy that I don't see why not. But I will also say I'm sick of all this rhetoric, okay? That's like, oh, please protect the 16-year-old and unders because they can't get the vaccine. You know, if your mom is vaccinated, then you pass on some immunity to your kids via breast milk. So instead of complaining, why don't you just get to nursing?
That's crazy.
It's nature's T cells just sitting there waiting for you.
That's
But I'm
so
telling you,
funny.
the critics, they put the consumer. I lost a lot of faith in gamers when anytime a game comes out and it's a new concept and it's a little complicated, like Evolve was, 5v1. People are like, I don't really get it. New Left 4 Dead. Pog. Left 4 Dead 3. Pog. Magical Wizard Wars? You're telling me I gotta pay attention to the game while I game? No thanks. No thanks. They're remaking Skyward Sword. They're remaking Skyward Sword.
He's
yes,
so
the
funny.
game I've already played. I can play it again. Sorry, maybe. And honestly, this is for me. This is like a don't care, didn't ask. You're not the asshole. Plus, your husband sounds fucking weird. Your husband sounds like he needs to have a pacifier in his mouth to climax during intercourse.
That's
Don't care, didn't
crazy.
ask. You own the restaurant. Congratulations. Plus, your husband's a weirdo. You will become the richest
So
and
funny.
most attractive person in the world, but you will receive paper cuts between each of your toes each morning when you wake up. No loopholes. Okay, let me. So, most attractive person in the world. You know, if I was like 17, that'd move the needle for me. Richest person in the world. You could do a lot of good. I mean,
You could.
you could glorify yourself as well. But think of it. Every morning you get 8 paper cuts. They're probably going to hurt like a son of a gun. Eventually, they're going to be so calloused. You're going to be like John Turturro in...
You guys, he's absolutely right. It's only 8 paper cuts. I'm sitting here thinking you're gonna get 10 paper cuts. It's only 8 because you're only getting them between your toes. And you only have 10 toes, so that means that the edges aren't getting them. I can't do math. It's too late for this shit.
Mr. Deeds, you know? Like your foot is just going to be immune to all pain. But to be the richest person in the world, you could accomplish amazing, selfless things.
Amazing,
Just to take 8 paper cuts. Doesn't
Yeah,
seem that
do it.
it doesn't seem that bad. I would press the button. 52% said yes. It says no loopholes, and then the top comment says wake up in the afternoon instead.
No
I found a
loopholes.
loophole. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. This game's supposed to illuminate your principles, okay? Not your ability to ask, rhetorical questions. Get yourself out of a Harry Houdini-style conversational straitjacket, you weirdo. Just answer the question, Poindexter. My
Yes.
impression of a League of Legends streamer.
How did the music start so fast?
Come on, rotate! That's my impression of a League of Legends streamer. So they only say 4 words of dialogue per stream, but they do a lot of mumbling along to DMCA music. Facebook changes company name to Meta.
He's rubbing
Shut
his
the fuck
brows.
up. Just shut up.
I love him.
Come on, man. Even like, I've been enjoying all the collaborative stuff, but I've said no to a couple things this week just because I'm like, dude, I need some time, like, especially with the limited streaming time I have on like a weekly basis now because I'm being a good dad. It's like, I gotta take some me time as well.
Absolutely.
Like my brand is like, I want to rant. I want to go on like a 90-minute long discussion about like why do so many people say mint chocolate tastes like toothpaste? What kind of toothpaste are you guys using?
Yes,
But then, like,
exactly.
everything that comes into that from a collaborative standpoint comes out as something else. And I'm feeling a
Yeah.
little solo drained right now. So
Yeah, totally.
I don't mean to be rude about it, but it's on my mind for sure. Especially because yesterday, like literally the event went totally fine, but like it went like as well as it could have gone basically. But the discourse like on the subreddit was like 90% like, hey NL, you did a great job. By the way, I hated like literally everybody else that was a part of it.
That's crazy.
Which is really exhausting to deal with, and other content creators like also see that and they think that we have like the crappiest community on the planet. But I think we need to rethink like the rules of the Reddit like yet again. I think we
Damn.
need to make another rule that's just like,
Don't talk shit
if
about
you
collaborators.
shit talk other streamers on the subreddit, like, you're just straight up banned. Like,
Yes.
because then, like, it's now all the discussion. It's the same thing with what happened in the last segment as well. Like, all the discussion is no longer like it's under the guise of being about the content, but it's actually not. It's just like people who are, you know, begging for the location through text of like a single piece of drama.
Yeah,
We
dude.
could also do that. For example, like if you can post a photo of you within the last 72 hours of touching grass, then you can get out of your 3-day ban. Because I'm just like reading
Just
some
go
of the
outside.
comments, and it was like, I want to say it was mostly positive. I'm not sure that's like 100% true, but I'm like, you really wrote an essay complaining about like the most, I get it, it's consequential to you, but like that's why you have to touch grass.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
honestly like out of self-interest that I tell you, like, or not even, it's selflessness interest. Like,
Yes.
the fact that this little trivia show generated like an essay that you wrote is all the
Concerning.
evidence you need to get you committed to like an outdoor summer camp or something like that, where they force you to go for a swim.
Yeah. 100%.
I think it would solve a lot of problems.
Oh man, I could watch like 3 more hours of this man talking. Holy shit. I love him. Bence, thank you so much. Bence is the one that made this video that we watched. I'm probably gonna watch like an actual video from Northernlion's actual channel. I wanted to kind of get a taste of who he was and what kind of content he makes, because I genuinely had no idea. I've heard that he is quite intelligent and very normal, and I love it. It's so refreshing. I kind of try to do this on my streams sometimes. We were talking about it today. If you go on my Twitch and you watch the VOD, you'll see in the first like hour we talk about this. We were talking about rejection, and I was like, people were talking about like how they had never been on a date or like, you know, X, Y, and Z because they were scared of getting rejected. And I like had to take a step back and like think to myself, like, okay, I actually kind of at this point have a duty to like have a real conversation about this, because enough people in my chat are talking about it and I do want to address this. And it's like, you guys gotta be comfortable with getting uncomfortable. You're not going to grow as a person if you are constantly scared of being told the word no, or that you're scared of failing. Growth comes from failure. You will never change and grow as a person if you do not get rejected and you do not experience failure. And that's not to say that failure and rejection doesn't hurt and doesn't feel bad and isn't scary, but it gets better if you do it more, right? And that feels like the kind of thing that like Northernlion would talk about. I found this very refreshing. And he's obviously funny, but it's funny because you're just like, yes, like, absolutely, like, we found the one normal, I'm assuming straight white man on the internet. We found him. Like, he's a normal dude. He has a job. He has a wife and a child. He goes on walks and eats good food and is just a well-adjusted human being. Thank fuck. We found him, you guys. Jesus Christ. And by we, I mean me. I've found him. He's been on the internet for 20 years doing this, apparently. And I'm just late to the party. I loved this. This was phenomenal. I do know what content is going to be made for the rest of the week, but put more comments down. I have a playlist of reacts that I'm going to react to eventually and get to. I'm sorry if I haven't gotten to yours. Please know that it's on my list. Every single suggestion you have, if it hasn't been repeated, I've put it on my playlist. I've got it written down. Members, you will have a member-only video coming out potentially Friday. I'm hoping for Friday, but it may not be until like Monday, and I apologize. I have a lot of work that I have to get done because debut is coming up. My new model's coming up. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I've been talking a lot today, and I'm very tired, and I have to go edit this video. I adore you all. Thank you so much. Please comment. Are you a fan of Northernlion? Did you know that he was this based? I did not know that he was this based. I hate using that word and phrase so much, but he genuinely is. He just has very correct opinions and methodologies for thinking, and I'm very enamored with it. Please give me your suggestions. And until the next video, I'm very excited for you to see. I'm very excited to watch. Please take care of yourselves and the people around you and leave the world a little better than the way you found it. And I will see you all next time, okay? Goodbye.